We're going to start with Francisco Pavlush. Fran, if you guys haven't followed him, you should check out his channel on YouTube. It's very, very good. This is a slight modification on his take of Trevaluren. We won't go through all the details or anything. That's, if you got questions, ask me. If this makes it to the Fluorescent Fungus re-upload channel, I'll shoot an intro for it then. We're just going to hop in and play some La Leagues. But we win the die roll, so I'll be on the play. Our card reader is still picking up. Okay, this hand contains birds, survival, something to pitch to it. This is just generically a good hand. We're going to keep. Many green sources are super important, so we fetch with Windswept Heath, go get ourselves Forest, play Birds of Paradise. If we don't get to rest, we slam down this survival. We start to play the grind game until we find Aluren. Oops, all foils, LMAO. Yeah, oops, I got the all access and got bougie when building my decks. Oop, my music's a little quiet and I know why. There we go. I got some cool jams lined up for today too. All right, here we go. Windswept Heath, fetch. Opponent mold to 6. Don't hate to see that. Hopefully they show us what they're on really fast so we can just like windmill slam a Meddling Mage. That'd be pretty good. Forest, tap, Birds of Paradise. Go ahead. I've been jamming this deck a lot. Do you have a list? Yeah, give me a set. You know what? Let me finish this game and then remind me during sideboarding. I'll grab you my current running list, which is this is a slight modification of the list I have on Moxfield. Just some minor changes in the sideboard. But this deck is very sweet. You're gonna burn my birds. Wooded Foothills, fetch for a mountain. It's either goblins or Sly. I'd rather it be Sly than goblins because they can't really interrupt our combo meaningfully at all. If it's goblins, we kind of have to turtle up and move. Yeah, there's a lackey, so we're gonna need a way through that. Untap and draw. So we can jam the survival, but then that lackey's just like going to connect. So what I think we need to do is put Meddling Mage into play for now and name relevant creature. I think how we'll do that is basic plains, tap for blue, tap for white, play Meddling Mage, and I think we'll just name, like, as weird as it seems, I think it's actually Mog Fanatic, because I'm trying to think of how they get through here, and it's just Fanatic, sack, attack with Goblin Lackey. If they play a Pile Driver, we can kind of trade with Pile Driver, so I'm actually going to name Mog Fanatic and just F6. A weird version of Iggy 5-0'd and everyone's making videos with it. And LSV, I did watch LSV's video. LSV makes it look easy. I always forget how good Louis Scott Vargas is at Magic. We definitely would have preferred this to be Sly, but this is a matchup we're capable of winning, though it's not easy. It has Fire Ice. Yeah, I think Fire Ice is actually a fine place to be. There's the Pile Driver. That's the card we could have named, but we can just trade for a Pile Driver, which is like no sweat. That depends on what we draw. Drawing more lands is not ideal. This Meddling Mage is in the way of the Pile Drive, or in the way of the Lackey. So we might just like take a hit to the Lackey, or we might take a hit from the Pile Driver, lock the Lackey out with Meddling Mage, hope they don't have Gem Palm Incinerator. I don't want to play this Spike Feeder as the last creature in my hand, but I'm trying to leverage a survival. So what we'll do is we'll get City of Brass into play. We'll tap for 1-2. We'll jam this survival. And what we could do is we could pitch Spike Feeder, go get a thing, but then we're going to hold this until the last possible moment because we can't play the thing we get anyway because we need to get Squee to start. But yeah, no, I actually like the Fire Ice and the Iggy Pop deck. That looked pretty good to me. This Pile Driver, problematic because we can't Mana War it back to hand. We can just put 2/2s that aren't blue in play and leverage for a trade with it. This Carpulsan Forest means they're not on Todd Anderson's Ruby version of the deck, which I just uploaded a video about on the Fluorescent Fungus channel. Max played some Ruby Goblins into my solution list. It was pretty cool. It was a great game. But this means they have access to Naturalize, meaning that survival of the fittest is not immune to being interacted with, which is not as cool. You hate to see the Carpulsan Forest. The Constable, how you doing tonight, baby? Another problem with the Goblins matchup is that if we resolve Aluren, depending on the context of their hand, they can combo on top of us using our own Aluren, which is problematic. So we have to be really careful here. What do you think about main deck Baloth? I know it's a nombo with Aluren, but I played against a player who had main deck Baloth the other night. It seemed fine. I was able to beat them. My hands were just very good compared to theirs. There wasn't even a skill diff. I just got lucky with my draws. That said, I think the Baloth is like fine. I don't like that it doesn't do stuff with Aluren. I think it's maybe a sideboard card. Oh, was that you, Evener Odds? Yeah, those were good games. It didn't look close, and that's because my draw steps were just objectively better. I just got really lucky on the draws. Opponent's passing. So we're going to have to tap 4. I think what we're going to leverage for is tap everything but city, play land, play Wall of Roots. So we need to get the survival going now. So we'll tap for a green. We'll pitch Spike Feeder. We're going to go get Squee. We're going to pitch Squee. We're going to go get Wall of Roots. Bonus points, maybe we're supposed to get... No, I think we need mana. Yeah, so we'll get Squee. Such a blast to play. Yes, it's a riot. Dang, I need to watch and learn this deck, but we are going out for dinner. So, well, it'll probably make a video as long as you don't go like 2-3, so it'll get re-uploaded. Also, there's already content up on the Fluorescent Fungus channel and paper of me playing this, so you'll be able to if that's what you're looking to do. Make a green. Also, this Tangle Wire is going to tap them out of like most of their mana too. So pitch, Squee. We're going to go and get Wall of Roots. Take the pain, and then my turn. All right, Tangle Wire is going to do its thing. I don't have a response to that. We'll tap 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we will get our Squee back. And then Yavimaya Coast is a great draw here. I don't want to play lands that lower my land count under this Tangle Wire just yet, so I'm happy to just play Yavimaya Coast. Tap it for a colorless, this for a green, lose a life, and then play Wall of Roots, which will allow me to pitch my Squee whenever I want, really. No reason to pitch it now, because is there anything I want? There kind of actually is. Although I'm not going to be pitching it immediately, so there's no rush. I'll just leave this as a 0-5 for now. And now we can still block the Lackey. They're going to struggle to develop their mana super well. So I don't hate our spot, but we can still just die from here. Tanglewire and Goblins, that's new. Yeah, this is a new... The thing about Goblins is they're not quite elves. They can't go wide without a Lackey quite as quick as elves can. So I don't know how much I like it, but it's an inconvenience for me right now. So I'm not going to say that it's objectively bad. Combat, you just get in with both and I block your Lackey, get a free 3 points of damage. It seems like reasonable. Blocks, I'll take one. And that brings me to 14. And then they're going to end step. So now I can do this. I'll add a counter here, pitch the Squee. Now the big question is like, what direction do I want to go? My mana's fine. I've got 2 lands in hand. So it's, do I want to completely turtle up or do I want to start to like move towards my combo? I think moving towards my combo might be not it at the moment. I could see it just being, is Aethervial legal in Premodern? It is not, thank goodness. I think it actually might just be get Spike Feeder. Could be like reasonable. Something that can like block a Goblin Pile Driver convincingly. Yeah, let's grab a Feeder. Next turn, this Tanglewire wants me to tap 3, which I will do. It'll be Meddling Mage, Basic Plains, Yavimaya Coast. Tap those. Then I will get back my Squee, and we draw another land. So lands are not a problem. So we probably want to start getting Raven Familiars pretty soon here. We'll play another basic. We love to have basics here. And then we're going to jam out this Spike Feeder for sure. Feeder blocks Goblin Pile Driver pretty good. Also a non-zero chance that to use all of our mana, we could like go get birds with Squee and play it. I don't think that's actually that good. I think we're going to like continue to just vibe. Hold up 2 mana just in case we need to move a counter with Spike Feeder if they go to like Gem Palm Incinerator. They're probably just going to tap Tanglewire plus Basic Mountain here. Pretty easy sequence for opponent. Now our job's to not get gotten by Goblin War Chief. So if they play it, we're simply going to go get Mana War and just get it into play. Time walk them on War Chief, keep drawing cards, keep grinding. At this point, they should print a survival version with Squee on it. Yes, that would actually be really cool. Like a retro frame survival with like it's Squee, but in the same like pose. That would actually go hard. I kind of want that. Combat, like I just wouldn't here. It doesn't even make sense. Okay, they want the smoke. I mean, I'm interested. They concede. Okay. I think that concession, a little bit preemptive. I don't think that was necessary there, but they were like not super likely to be able to grind through what I was doing. So I kind of get it. Swords to Plowshares is obviously, we need to be able to check Goblin Lackey. I think Mana War is also above average. Same with, no, I actually dropped the 4th Spike Feeder from the board, so we can't do that. Am I bringing in Naturalize effects to fight Tanglewire? I think their Tanglewire is about as bad for them as it is for me. I guess I can bring in an Uktabi just in case it becomes a problem and I need to like search for Uktabi, but I think that's as deep as I'm going on that. I'm going to cut 1 Aluren because I can't do it too early. It might end up being 2. I think Monk Realist isn't going to have any targets. I think that all my walls are great. My Meddling Mage is like, I'll call it fine. Birds of Paradise is probably a little weak. We can have to drop 1 copy of, especially since we're bringing in 2 more 1-drops. And then I'm not super interested in like aggressively comboing. I just want to hold down the fort until I can easily combo. So those 4 for these 4, we'll call it good. Maybe it is Squee all along. Yeah, that's who's already on the art. Yeah, I mean, Squee is without Squee, survival doesn't do anything really. It's like Squee's really important for that. Okay, well, this hand's really weird. We've got a wall, but we've got 2 Allurens. I think I have to mulligan this. I don't want to be clear, but it does not pass the Lackey test. If this hand was really strong and didn't pass the Lackey test, I could see it. But 2 Allurens is already a mulligan to 6. Cavern Harpy on its own doesn't do anything. This Mana War is bad into the Pile Driver, and my first spell being Wall of Blossoms would be better if I was on the play, but I'm on the draw. We're going to take a mulligan here. This hand can make white, can cast Swords to Plowshares, and can't do a lot else, but I think we're just going to try to pass the Lackey test and top deck well. We've got this Aluren, so I think I'm just going to put back, like, is it Yavimaya Coast? Windswept goes to get basic plains, so I can sword the lackey. Basic forest is good. We need the coast for blue. So it's this second Windswept Heath, I suppose? Yeah, done. Show me that lackey, you kept 7. There's their lackey. End step, I will go. Ooh, Wall of Roots is a great draw here. We're just going to pass. Purples and Forest, they go to combat. Attack with the lackey. I'm going to fetch. I'm going to grab me a basic plains. And we are not getting got by lackey today, swords. Pile Driver, you got it. Pile Driver on its own, not as big a threat. Mana War's a fine draw here. Let's go Forest, tap for 2. Play Wall of Roots. If they play Goblin War Chief, we like have to block the Pile Driver, Mana War the War Chief to tempo play them. Then if we draw like, I don't know, like a Cavern Harpy or something, we can start to think about attempting the combo. Hand hasn't developed the worst, I will say that. Yeah, there's the War Chief, so it's exactly the play we were just talking about, is what I think we have to go for. They go to combat, they attack with everything because they're supposed to. I block the highest amount of damage possible, which is going to be the Goblin Pile Driver. I take the pain. We go to my turn where I untap. Survival, huh? Survival, huh? That's kind of weird. That makes me want to like play Survival and pitch the Mana War to get like another Wall of Roots. What can I do here? Let me see. I think I'm going to play... I protect blue? It depends. I have 4 lands in play. I tap 2 to play Survival. And then I've got 1/2 mana left. So I can use Wall of Roots to pitch something. Yeah, we can't do it all. I think I kind of have to wait for this Survival just for tempo purposes. So we're going to play Yavimaya Coast. We're going to tap it for a blue. 1/2. I don't like this play, but I think I need to make it. We just need to get the War Chief out of play so they can't like Siege Gang Commander us next turn. We'll keep the Wall of Roots as healthy as possible. Then our deck is just full of creatures. So if we can find a creature to leverage this Survival, maybe we can string together the combo. Our opponent has 5 cards in hand. We know at least one of them is very strong. If this is like War Chief plus second Pile Driver, we are in trouble. That is what it is. All right, we can at least trade for the War Chief if they let us. Looks like they're going to let us, but these Pile Drivers are going to attack for 5 apiece, so I'm going to 6. I guess there's a non-zero chance I just need to, like, lose my Wall of Roots. Yeah, I think so. I can't take this much damage all at once. Block here, take 5. I need a creature off the top now. Next turn, draw, City of Brass. I guess we'll play Reflecting Pool and just jam the Survival. Use all of our mana. If they play like literally anything, I think we're just like dead. This is an attack for 6 as it stands. Didn't win with Survival in play? No, absolutely not. I would have been forced to like lose my wall or something with Survival in play. If they didn't have to recast their War Chief, we would be in such deep shit. All right, Lackey. Yeah, I think we're just iced out here. We'll give it a draw, though. Creature? Port? Yeah, that's fine. Nope, no creature. Okay, we are big dead. We'll go to game 3. Goblin's doing goblin things. Now I'm a little bit higher on my combo on the play than I was the draw. So what we'll do is we'll go back down a Mana War, back up a Raven Familiar, just so we can make sure to start our combo the turn we draw it. And then on the play, I'm also less afraid of Tangle Wire, so we're going to bring that Aluren back in and submit. All right, I'll be on the play. This hand passes every test except for I'm not comboing. That said, if I can Swords a Lackey, Meddling Mage on like Pile Driver, we've got a lot of draw steps. I've got 2 swords. Yeah, we'll keep. I wouldn't even Meddling Mage Pile Driver. I would Meddling Mage War Chief here, I think. War Chief or Matron. It's close. It's close whether I hit War Chief or Matron. I guess it's just Matron because I've got 2 swords. All right, here's a basic plains and a pass. They kept 7. Feels hard. Mountain Lackey. There's the Lackey. We knew that was coming. Tap, Swords, Lackey. My turn, untap, draw. Birds, not actually the worst draw. I don't care about what they play on turn 2 for the most part, so what we'll do is we'll get a green source in play. We'll tap it. Wait, let's just cast the Wall of Roots. It's easier. Cast the Wall of Roots. That'll come into play. And then we will also put a counter on the Wall of Roots and get a birds into play as well. Now I've got like Swords to Plowshares for the potential. We probably won't even Sword to standalone Pile Driver. We'll just like put Meddling Mage on Matron, save Swords for War Chief. Wasteland's cool. If that's all they do with their turn, we don't care so much. Even if they got a Fanatic for the birds, it like doesn't matter. I've got the Adarkar Wastes being the last land in my hand is huge. Okay, pass to me. Untap, draw. Raven Familiar is pretty cool here, actually. They're also only going to play a 2-drop, so I almost feel like, can I just play Raven Familiar? I don't think I'm quite ready to pay the echo cost on Raven Familiar. Let's just get Meddling Mage into play. Ouch, Meddling Mage. I am going to name Goblin Matron. Naming Goblin Matron ahead of time also stops them from being able to easily combo over the top of us, which is like a huge deal. Because if we play Aluren, it's symmetrical. So what they can do is like Matron for like War Chief and then Matron for Sharpshooter and combo over the top of us, which is really bad. Here's a Lackey. We have the answer. Oh, they only had 1 land. Okay, we need some things to go right here. Drawing land is considered things going right. We'll play this forest. We'll keep the Wall of Roots as healthy as possible. Tap for a blue here. You know what? No, I will keep up the Swords to Plowshares. I just lied. Counter 1 blue. Raven Familiar. Looking for like survival. Cavern Harpy is a good consolation prize. Although I can't make black mana right now, so I can't actually take that. It might just be swords. Just like hang out with swords, start clocking them and put the onus on them. The other option is to take Wall of Blossoms to dig further into the deck. I don't think I'm comfortable putting a swords on the bottom of my deck in this matchup though. Any order. And then I can race, so I will attack with Meddling Mage. Then we pass. We're like super priced into paying the echo cost on this familiar though. I wouldn't attack me. End step, on tap. Raven Familiar has an echo trigger, which I will actually pay for. 1, can I leave swords out of? Yeah, I'm not going to swords, so I'm just going to pay it like, not like that. I need a blue, like this. I can raise 2 swords in hand, yeah. I will pay for the ability. I'll draw. Heath is a great draw. Combat, attack, take 3. Go ahead. Declare attacks. I wouldn't. Okay, I'll block. Block the lackey. Another lackey's like, fine. End step. My turn. On tap, take a draw. Cavern Harpy is, if we can find a black source, we can start to do this cool grind game where we like bounce Raven Familiar and cast it and keep doing that to draw cards. If we draw Aluren, we can just go to combo them on the spot. We can't do any of that right now, so what we need to do is just attack for 2 on the ground. If they want to like draw land and leverage a Gem Palm Incinerator, we can remove the goblins from play to make it a dead draw, which would be really good too. We don't attack with Raven Familiar, obviously, because we want to block across the lane. That way they can't just like get free attacks in with their lackeys. Combat's fine. You can't attack. Passing to me. Do we fetch now? Yeah, I'm going to go get a green source. Not a super high land count in this deck, so I just want to start like removing lands as top decks. Another Cavern Harpy is actually the worst draw we could have had there. We're going to go to combat, and this time we will attack. Actually, we'll still attack with the Meddling Mage, I think. No, they don't have the mana to cycle. So yeah, Meddling Mage is safe here. They like can't block it, and then we can pass. Do you think they sideboard in Kinesis? Probably should. Yeah, I think Pyrokinesis is a factor. It's not something, but since it's not something I'm capable of playing around right now, I'm not even thinking about it. If they show it to me, they show it to me. Opponent just like kind of never drew. I mean, they drew Wasteland, but then they used it against me. They probably should have just used it to produce mana. All right, go to discard. If they had Kinesis, they should use it now, but they're just going to discard instead. Okay, now I can like safely attack with both creatures. I'm not even thinking about the combo anymore. I'm just attacking them. Just like you're at 12, this is a 4-turn clock. We can attack with both, obviously, because we can play Wall of Roots and just block both lackeys. Tap Wasteland for mana, Blasphemy. They needed to here. Opponent like kept a 2-lander and cracked the Wasteland with no land in sight. Like when I had like known mana dorks in play. The play didn't make sense. I think the Mog Fanaticing of the birds made plenty of sense, but Wall of Roots plus Adarkar Wastes is actually all 3 of my colors. So like they just had to hope I just never drew another land, and that is not what happened. Attack with both of these. At some point they'll have to think about a double block, but not yet. Take 3. Here is another wall. Go ahead, opponent. Good luck. This is a great show why port is superior to Wasteland and Goblins, not in general. In Goblins, I would want 4 ports, and then if I want more of that effect, I'd start adding Wastelands after the fact. But I wouldn't start with 4 Wastelands and supplement with ports. I think in Goblins, exactly, that's backwards. Because Goblins is a deck that wants to use so much mana. Drawing a Raven Familiar here is like fine. We'll attack with both again. Now I don't want to play Aluren just because their hand is definitely full of good shit. So I'm happy to just like try to get this done the old-fashioned way. Blue, green, Raven Familiar. They concede. All right, that was kind of easy. Unfortunately, they just never drew their land. So I guess start at 1-0. All right, we are in round 2 and I'm on the play. Well, this is a close one. We are mono green to start. Our hand is mono green. But we're on the play, so we need to leverage. If we're on the play, we need to figure out what does comboing look like. We have Squee. That makes survival better than usual, because if we can get the survival into play, we can immediately pitch Squee and get birds if this is a matchup where the birds isn't under pressure. We've already got Raven Familiar. I think we have to keep this. There's a way that it falls apart. Getting mana screwed is one of them. We're kind of setting ourselves up to get mana screwed. But I think ultimately I am interested in this. We got to get slightly lucky. Like seeing the 3rd land, I think makes us very hard to beat. We're going to play Windswept Heath. I'm actually going to play around our opponent playing Dreadnought because this land drop's so important. I'm going to get basic forest and just pass. That way they can't stifle our fetch. There's an island. All right, there's a portent. Now, I do like our Dreadnought matchup, but this hand is not the reason I like it. Like this hand is kind of set up to walk into Dreadnoughts. What makes Dreadnought a good deck? So we'll see what happens. They're leading on portent. Cool. You draw off portent. I draw for turn. All right, first test we have to pass is the Daze test. Reflecting Pool. I will not lead on Library. I think I want to get Survival into play right now. Survival? Did you bring your Daze? Did you bring your foil? All right, we got a Survival. Let's hope that they don't have the turn 2. Ooh, it's either blue-white Stifle Knot or a different blue-white portent deck. On tap. Take a draw. We did not draw the land. However, we will go green. We will activate Survival. We will pitch Squee. We're going to go get Birds of Paradise, and we will simply cast it. It resolves. We'll see if it gets swords. Opponent fetches. Datanaga. It's a bit surprising. Brushland is still the cheapest pain land from Ice Age. Yeah, I also find that to be weird. There's the swords, but these are trades we're interested in because we didn't actually lose a card. So this is not Dreadnought. This might be Fincula. Vindicate, sure. So now we're going to get Sylvan Library into play, and if it lives, we're going to immediately pay so much life. I will use Squee's ability. Do we draw land? We also draw land, which is obviously so good. Let's go ahead and just jam out this library and ship the turn back. I enjoy the studio videos, but MTGO makes me happy. Now that MTGO is effectively supported, I also like it. Esper Solution, yeah, Fincula, Esper Solution, Dump Truck. There's a bunch of names for this deck, but it's probably that. If we see a diamond, I'll bet you it's Slow King. If this is Slow King, that could be a hard matchup. Duress, they're gonna like hit our Aluren and we're kind of fine with it. Now we're not in a hurry. We're just hoping to dodge like Disenchant because we definitely, and second Vindicate. We're really hoping to just like develop Blue Source so we can cast our spells in our hand. All right, they find Vindicate. That's tough. Passing to me, I'll untap, naturally draw Blue Source, Swords. We're just chilling now. We're going to be chilling for a minute. Luckily, we have a Swords they didn't know about. So if they like go to Morph, Gerard's Verdict. Sure, this is not good here. We'll pitch Squee plus Raven Familiar. That's a 2-mana discard 1 card. I don't care about that. All right, my turn. On tap, buyback Squee. Sure, what's going on? Games are good. We're only in our first league. We're 1-0 right now. Buyback Squee, draw a Blue Source. Hi, Blue Source. I love you so much. Yeah, we'll take this opportunity to play our Raven Familiar out. Raven Familiar. Trigger the Raven Familiar. We're a survival deck, so our goal is just to run our opponent out of cards. We'll take the Aluren, and then any order, and then I'll just pass to you, opponent. I think we're priced into paying for Raven Familiar. That way Cavern Harpy remains a live draw to just win the game on the spot. Hell yeah, glad I checked in. Yeah, we're vibing. We're chilling. Raven Familiar is my buddy. I like him a lot. All right, we'll pay for it. If they want to swords it, I'm fine with it. We're here for a long time and a good time. Draw an Undiscovered Paradise. That's a fine pickup here. Now we can start getting busy too, which is like incremental, but could matter. Yeah, your Raven Familiar's name is Nevermore. Chat, clip that. 1, 2, 3, 4, Fact or Fiction. Yeah, what you got? What you got for me? All right, you can have Vindicate or a bunch of shit that I don't care about. Unironically, I'm doing this 4-1 split. Vindicate's the only card in this pile that I care about. Duress, fuck me. These Gerard's Verdicts are not very good, huh? I guess we'll pitch, what do we know? We know land, Decree, nothing else. So I guess that we will pitch Squee Swords and hope they don't have Exalted Angel. My turn. On tap, Squee does its thing. Give me that back. Survival. Hi. How are we? Go to combat. Attack you. Now, I haven't seen a creature, so this could just be like a very medium Esper control deck as well, which awkwardly would just be like fine against us. Well, we passed the mana leak test, but not the counterspell test. That said, we just kind of like have to do this. Survival. All right, that worked. I think we will, do you want to get Meddling Mage into play? I could see that being pretty good. I could also see just starting a Wall of Blossoms chain being solid too, though. Just like get our hand size back up. Yeah, let's fetch for a green source. Forest, activate Survival, pitch Squee. These Wall of Blossoms could start mattering a ton here when they get around to actually cycling their Decree. So here's my wall. Trigger the wall, draw a card. Sure, Raven Familiar sounds great. Pass to you, opponent. We know they've got 3 of their 5 cards are lands and Decree. All things I'm kind of like, eh. If they decide to hardcast Decree, Mana War is going to make a joke out of that. So that's 3 Vindicates used. 1 land, 1 Decree left in hand. Pass to me. I will untap, trigger Squee, get it back. And that's a Wall of Roots. That's like fine. We'll open on combat. We'll get him for 1. I don't think I'm willing to write off Wrath of God as something our opponent could have. I haven't seen a single creature, so I could see getting Meddling Mage and just naming Wrath. I kind of like that, yeah. We'll play Undiscovered Paradise. We'll activate Survival, pitch Squee. We'll grab Meddling Mage. I'm going to name Wrath of God. Tap for a white, tap for a blue. Meddling Mage, how do you feel about this? All right, Wrath of God. And now that we have that naming Wrath of God, we'll also just like get Wall of Roots into play. Go ahead, opponent. Now, if they want to cycle Decree, it just like does no damage. Yep, F6. I don't care about that. Usually Fincula doesn't play Decree. That's why we're naming Wrath. They've also used a Swords and 3 Vindicates, so that's the card I'm actually afraid of. They're also choked down to 2 white for the time being, so if they want to like Swords Wrath, they'll need to develop another white source. Meaningful. I don't feel great about a position, but this is all meaningful stuff. I do not like Portent in your control deck. It's kind of a weird deck building decision to me. Although maybe it's just load bearing on making sure you can develop your mana in the correct order. I don't know. Who knows? Someone smarter than me, I'm sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's an Exalted Angel. We're just going to simply mana war that back to their hand. Pass to me. You can't attack. All right. I think we're out of known information from hand too. You draw a card off Portent. I will draw a card from my graveyard in the form of Squee, Goblin, Naboblin. City of Brass isn't the thing we want. We are simply going to... No, it kind of is, actually. We want to keep our lands in play for a bit now. So we're going to Mana War. That's just going to happen. I can't allow that thing to simply exist. Mana War, hit your Exalted Angel. We can attack with the Raven Familiar, so that's actually not nothing either. And then I also think that we're supposed to attack with Raven Familiar and then Cavern Harpy it back to our hand. I think is actually a really good line here. That way we can start Raven Familiaring more. Just like work our way towards Aluren. If we have an Aluren in the spot, we simply win the game. Now they've dealt with 2 of them. They had a very timely top deck of Duress. But yeah, let's go for that. Let's go Survival and we can cast Aluren off these, or cast the Cavern Harpy that is. So pitch Squee, hold this on Undiscovered Paradise. So if they like have Gerard's Verdict, we can hold like a Raven Familiar in hand. And then we go blue, we go cast this, make a black as well. Here's my Harpy. He'll come into play and we will jam this Raven Familiar back into our hand and pass. Thank you, Cavern Harpy. I love you so much. Our opponent's hand is full. If you have Squee in a deck with the Range Tournament, should you call it Goblin These Nuts? Yes. Swords to Plowshares, it looks like we're leveraging potentially for a Wrath of God. Luckily, I've got a sick line called Bide This Back. Now I've got the Raven Familiar Cavern Harpy pair, which means that if I draw Aluren, I still just kind of win if they don't have Counterspell. But there goes my shitters. They're all gone now. I would have morphed the Exalted Angel if I were them. Now I'm suspicious they have Counterspell. Give me Squee back. There's a Forest. We'll play out the Forest. Will we? I think we will. We can Raven Familiar plus Harpy plus Hold Up Survival. And I think for the time being, that's where we want to be. So we're going to go blue, green, green, Raven Familiar. No response. Show me the top. There's an Aluren. Let's hope our opponent doesn't just randomly find another Duress, or that they're not watching and just holding the Duress. If they Duress us again, I wonder if our opponent's just watching. If you are, hi. I hope you're enjoying holding Duresses till I randomly draw Aluren. And then, yeah, we're going to go blue, black, and we will lose the life here. And we'll Cavern Harpy the Raven Familiar back to our hand. That way we don't have to like pay echo costs. Combat, you go. What I kind of want our opponent to do is just Windmill Slam Exalted Angel here. We'll see. Howdy, howdy. Boof Mania. What's up, baby? Oh, shocker. Shocker. Our opponent's only firing off Duresses when we have Aluren. Wandering Lotus, I hope you're enjoying the stream, dude. Thoughts on the Devil Masters Meddling Mage printing? Play it. Why not? Exalted Angel's fine. We like randomly have the answer to that. End step, we will activate Survival, pitch Squee, grab us a Mana War, and then go to my turn. Squee is going to come back to hand. And then, ooh, Swords is good too. Yeah, I think we'll just do that. White mana, Swords, Exalted Angel. Go to combat, peck you for 2, damage, and then Undiscovered Paradise. Then we will go blue, 1/2, and play Raven Familiar. Yeah, no, play whatever. I'm a sucker for all the old printings, but if you want to play with what you want, there's no rules on which you get to play with for printings in Premodern. So do your thing, dude. All right, we'll pay a life to return this, and then we will go blue, black, lose the life, and play Cavern Harpy back out to keep protecting the Familiar. Trigger the Harpy, buy back this Familiar. We're just going to keep so many cards in our hand and like pass the turn. Fetch with Delta, sure. 1, 2, Impulse is fine. Pass to me? Well, why wouldn't I get free value off this Survival? Here, I kind of like just like getting another beater. So I'm going to randomly take Spike Feeder, I think, next turn. On tap, trigger the Squee, I want it back. Another Raven Familiar, sure. Here's Undiscovered, go to combat, attack for 2, clock ya. And then I think I'll just like get Spike Feeder into play. And then do we want a Meddling Mage like relevant card? I think we might. Let's Meddling Mage say, I don't want the, I'm going to Meddling Mage Fact or Fiction actually. Blue. No, I think I'll Meddling Mage Wrath of God. White. Meddling Mage Fact or Fiction. And pass the turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, what we'll do is we'll gain a bunch of life. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll pay a life to return this. And you can have your 1-for-1. Clever. Yeah, I'm glad you caught that. Yeah, I don't like to make bold assumptions, but I think our opponent might be playing suspiciously carefully. Green. I mean, it's what I get for streaming though, right? Pitch Squee. They probably need the wins. All right, no response on the Survival. If you're not, like, congrats on being goated at not just sequencing, but top decking. If you end up watching this after the fact, let me know. Here, I think I'm just like into more bodies that have text. Meddling Mage. My turn. No response. Give me that Squee back. Yavimaya Coast. I'll play it. Here comes my bird, because I'm going to see if I can draw Aluren. Trigger the bird. Spike Feeder, Wall of Roots, Cavern Harpy. I want to keep the Cavern Harpy on our deck. I think I'll just like take Spike Feeder. Those can go in any order. Feels like you're winning anyway. Maybe there's ways. I mean, our clock is being a detriment to us right now as well. Let's go Meddling Mage, actually. Let's not commit too much. Actually, no, let's just go blue, black, Cavern Harpy. Trigger the Harpy, bounce this Raven Familiar. And then, yeah, we'll get like the Meddling Mage into play, I think. Blue, Cast Mage, white, no response. All right, fact or fic. Pass to you, opponent. Land, sure. F6. Draw City of Brass. We'll play back out this Undiscovered, go to combat. Attack for 2. Then we'll go blue, green, green, Raven Familiar. Trigger the Familiar. Sylvan Library, I'll take it. Any order's fine here. Green, whatever, Library. And then I guess this is fine. We'll just pass for now. Swords, the Meddling Mage, yes. Here comes a Factor Fic, no response. You can have either Meddling Mage or our Exalted Angel. I think I'll also put the, I think I need to split the removal up a little bit. So I'll split up Exalted Angel with Wrath of God and like land. Yeah, I don't care about these cards. That's it. There you go. All right, they took the Impulse pile. No response to the Impulse. 1, 2, 3. Vindicate, sure. It's gone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exalted Angel's also fine. Passing to me. We're going to use our survival. We have to win this game and then win game 2 so quickly. We're down to less than 12 minutes. We'll grab another Man-O-War next turn. Stack the triggers like this. I will actually not pay this particular Raven Familiar. No response to the Squee. Give me it back. Draw Cavern Harpy. Here's a City of Brass. Let's play Mana War. Blue, 1, 2. Mana War. You can have that back. Go to combat. Attack for 2. Damage. Then we'll go blue, 1, 2. Play out a Raven Familiar. No response. Survival of the Fittest. Birds. I guess we'll just take birds. Any order. I guess we'll like return the Raven Familiar. Nope. We've got our board that's already in play in our hand still, so we'll just pass. Seems like a weird pile. That Esper midrange or something like that. Yeah, it seems like Esper like control, kind of. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's their angel. That's fine. Passing to me. All right, let's pitch the, you know what? Cancel. I don't even need to. Just untap. I will actually pay it this time, I think. No, I won't. It's fine. Let's go blue, 1, 2. Mana War. Bounce the angel. Go to combat. Attack with all my dudes. Swords, sure. Take 2. Bounce this. Play it for a blue and a black. Bounce this back to my hand. And then we'll also get Spike Feeder into play, just to have lethal. You're up, opponent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have an Exalted Angel. You have a land. My turn. Draw Forest, Man of War. Got a counterspell as the last card in your hand? No, sweet. Bounce that angel. Okay, cool. Took us 15 minutes, but we got there. All right, we need to win this next game quickly, meaning we just have to go all in on the combo. Should just play Angel for more. Yeah, honestly, it would have been more mana efficient. I think that in this matchup, Meddling Mage should be good. I'm not going to go up on Swords or Ray or Drake. I don't think I want a 4th Mana War. I don't know how important. I almost don't want a sideboard. Maybe a Genesis, although that's playing to go long, which you can't afford to do. We're going to take out a Wall of Blossoms. And I guess it's probably just both Wall of Blossoms. Just take 2 cards that have text and can't attack for damage. There's a trigger error stuck in your City of Brass. MTGO is such a functionally sound program. It's not though, right? It's so bad. All right, we're going to be F6ing a lot. If I get quiet, I apologize. This hand like produces our mana, but doesn't do anything to combo, so we'll take a mulligan. This hand needs a green source, but we've got time, I think. Yeah, we'll keep this. Pitching Monk Realist. Done. Green sources are ample. F6. That's not a green source, so we'll play Plains, F6. It's Ancient Offer that's changed hands many times. I'm impressed it's still running at all. Me too. Opponent fetching an end step was pretty interesting there. Green source off the top. Nope. Reflecting Pool, pass. We're just like in the green source waiting room. Once we find it, we'll kind of like vomit onto the board. If we never find it, we'll simply die. Now, opponent might be able to see what's in our hand, so like morphing an angel is safe for them. All right, untap, draw. Not a green source, F6. That's pretty unlucky. We've got so many green sources in the deck. I'm going to give it one more draw, and if we don't find it, I'm going to concede and we'll go to game 3. Vindicate my land. Green source. All right, concede. Go to game 2, or game 3. Same thing, submit. Still preferred over Arena. I'm getting headaches from all the moving, bouncing stuff. Arena does it. Yeah, it looks like it's for children, kind of. We've got infinite lands, infinite dudes. Meddling Mage can name thing. It's too loose. We need to try to combo. Mulligan. Birds, Mana War. Like, we can make... Yeah, we'll keep this. We don't want to go super low on the play. Reflecting Pool's pretty good. I think we'll pitch Windswept Heath. Forest, tap birds. Not that now on this flip side, MTGO is for ancient humans. Like this is too much to the other side. Portent or swords. Opponent goes with swords, sure. Crypt is fine. Genesis, we might actually be interested in hard casting. Land pass. Although the card's stuck on screen forever when enlarging a card, draft problems still does suck because I can't see half the pack anymore. Yeah, it's the worst. Land go. Me too, probably. Yep. Adarkar Wastes go. Tormod's Crypt, not actually that good against us. F6. Draw land. I mean, I guess if we're going to get flooded, that's like fine-ish. We'll just like cast Genesis and trade it for a swords. I like don't want to, but the Tormod's Crypt does stop Genesis from grinding. Swamp. F6. All right. There's a library. We're actually going to tap out for Genesis to try to get them to not Fact or Fiction just yet. F6. You Swords Genesis, I gain bunches of life. Are they probably just like Fact and then Swords it in their main phase, right? Or they don't do anything. Wow. That's kind of weird. 1, 2, Impulse. I'm F6ing. But what about those cast spells into my own Chalice of the Void Gamers I keep running into? Yeah, that is a thing. Vindicate Genesis? If you do that, I'm going to put it back in my hand. All right, my turn. Untap, draw, combat, attack. I guess they just like don't have it. Or they're comfortable just like taking some pain for it for a little bit. Sylvan Library. I'll actually hold on Undiscovered Paradise for Jorah's Verdict. Go. Impulse is fine. Hard, cast, Angel. Vindicate. I wonder if it's Library or Genesis here. It's Library. That makes sense. F6. Draw Survival's pretty good. Go to combat. Attack you. Impulse, yeah, sure. I'm spelling legacy players around. Combat damage. They haven't had swords up to this point, right? Green, colorless. Do you have something for this? No, good talk. Activate. Tap for green. Pitch Mana War. Let's go grab Meddling Mage. Let's play Meddling Mage for a white. Let's cast it. And a blue. I'm just going to name Wrath of God. They haven't had swords up to this point. Also, I have a swords. Wrath of God. Go. Should have played land there. Adarkar Wastes is like fine. F6. Draw Raven Familiar. Go to combat. I'm not going to walk this Meddling Mage into a Decree. I'll just attack for 4 with Genesis. If they want to trade an entire Decree for Genesis, I'm fine with that. Yep, there's the Decree. Decree, make a bunch of dudes. This is fine. I'm going to let the Genesis go, actually. And the reason is because if they don't crack their Crypt, I'll start buying cards back with my Genesis. But if they crack their Crypt, they're just going to trade. They're going to chump. That makes sense. That does make sense. Let's go 1, blue, whatever. Here's a Raven Familiar. No response. Show me a good one. Wall of Roots is like, fine, I guess. We'll grab it. Any order. And I'll just use that to pitch to the survival. Yeah, pass turn. I've enjoyed watching you and others play Premodern, but nothing has made me want to sleeve up a Premodern deck and play an MTGO more than this deck. This deck's awesome. Big Exalted Angel Energy. You got it, bud. You can't attack. We go to end step. I will pitch this Wall of Roots. We're going to go grab a Mana War, and then we'll untap. And then I think, am I just not paying for this? Yeah, I think so. It's just got to go. Aluren, huh? Is that just a win here? Undiscovered Paradise. Like almost. It's almost a win here. Let's go for the Aluren. They like kind of have to interact with it. Green, colorless, Aluren. Do you play Counterspell in your greedy deck? You don't. All right, I've got 6 minutes. I have to think really, really quick. No. I don't have the combo here. It is a win, is it? Oh, right. Well, no, it's not. This isn't just a win, right? Because I don't have enough creatures. I need to like get familiar and Cavern Harpy, which I kind of just can't do. But I think I will go for the Raven Familiar. Green. Pitch Mana War. Bounce Genesis, pitch for Harpy. Harpy, bounce Mana War, bounce Genesis, pitch for Harpy. Harpy, bounce Mana War. H bounce for Raven. Oh, so I just pitched my Mana War, but let's see if I can fix it. Get Mana War, then Mage, bounce Genesis. Genesis, get Harpy, bounce Mana. Oh my God, thank you. I did not even think of that line. Cast Mana War. Mana War triggers, bounce Genesis. I'm now a mana short. Good call. That sucks. That really blows, huh? Well, I guess we just kind of have to like pass here and see what they can do. Thank you for giving me that line. I didn't even realize that was a line. I guess we're just passing for now, though. They've only got 1 in hand, 3 in hand, not 1. That would be insane. I can just kind of take these beats. So attack for 4, I'll take it. Although we don't win here, right? Like there's not enough time on the clock. Pass, I'll go on tap. Get that back, sure. Pitch, Genesis, Fact or Fiction's fine. You can have swords or everything else. What did they take here? They took everything else? That's crazy. Okay, activate the survival. We're going to go grab the Cavern Harpy, cast without paying its mana cost. 1, 2, 3, Fact or Fiction's fine. You can have 5 and 0. I don't care. All right, Cavern Harpy comes into play. Trigger the Harpy, bounce the Mana War. Survival away the Mana War. Go get the Raven Familiar. Cast the Raven Familiar. No response. Grab Cavern Harpy. Any order. play Cavern Harpy, trigger it, bounce the familiar, play the familiar, trigger the familiar, grab land. It doesn't really matter here. Any order. Damn it. I wish there was a hotkey for any order. Return this, return the Raven Familiar, play the Raven Familiar, trigger the Raven Familiar, Wall of Roots, sure. Any order, play out the Wall of Roots. And then we're going to keep going here for a minute. We can't do a real combo, so we have to try to do it with combat damage, like just attacking with all of our creatures. Cast without paying its mana cost, trigger it, give me this back, play it, no response. We'll grab Birds of Paradise, any order. Now we will simply, what all did I give to my opponent? I can't even remember. We're going to have to do everything right now, I think. Survival, away the birds, paying for a green. We're going to go and grab, I guess, Spike Feeder, and then play it. And then we're just going to pass because we can't kill right now. I think we're also out of Mana Wars, weirdly, so I can't like bounce my opponent's board. So this is definitely awkward. If this is a paper game, we win this easily. Alas, we are playing MTGO, not Paper Magic. 1, 2. Impulse is fine. Combat's fine. That attack's interesting. Go to blocks, block it, put it back in my hand. 1, 2, 3, Infest. Let's go cast without paying its mana cost. Then we will, no response, bounce this. Then we'll pay a life to return it. Then we'll play it back out. And then we'll allow the trigger to resolve and bounce the Meddling Mage. And then we will, I guess, do I want to move counters? No, we'll go return this to hand, return this to hand, and gain a bunch of life. All right, Infest is fine. Seal of Cleansing is fine. We could have infinite life, but the time's the only problem right now. If this is Paper Magic, this would not even be close. All right, I'm going to go real quiet here for a minute. They've lost connection to the game. Very cool, Wandering Lotus. Oh, welcome back, Wandering Lotus. As soon as they pop the seal, which they should do, we're going to get real quiet and start like solitaring this Raven Familiar and trying to get enough creatures to just turn them all sideways and kill our opponent. We've got a minute 45 to do it, which is close. Like we need to get lucky with the way our deck's ordered. I don't know what Wandering Lotus is doing right now. If I had like 2 more minutes on the clock, I think I could kill him like guaranteed right now. But right now it's, can I find 12 power fast enough? Right now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I need 5 more power and a blank sword. So I probably need like 7 more power, maybe even 9. We'll see what we can get away with. You can move infinite Spike Feeder counters around for a massive attack. Yes. Yeah. If we had time, that would be a line we take. We just don't have the time. And they've lost connection to the game again. Maybe they're actually DCing and not being rude as hell. I hope so. I hope it's MTGO being awful. All right, they go for it. Cast this. Trigger the Raven Familiar whenever our opponent lets us. They're probably going to be fucky with the clock now, too. Grab, it doesn't matter. Any order. Cavern Harpy, cast. Trigger the Harpy, pick up the Raven Familiar, do the Familiar, trigger the Familiar, get Meddling Mage, any order. Cast the Meddling Mage. We're going to name Swords if it resolves. Swords to Plowshares. And then play Cavern Harpy. Trigger the Harpy, pick up the Raven Familiar. Play the Raven Familiar. Trigger the Familiar. Anything with power will do. Monk Realist, I'll take it. Any order. Now we'll activate Survival, tapping for a green, pitching the Monk Realist, just going to get something with more power. Spike Feeder will do. Then we will cast Spike Feeder without paying its mana cost. And then we will cast Meddling Mage without paying its mana cost. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We need 1 more damage. We're going to name Swords again. It doesn't really matter. Then we're going to pay a life here, return, play it. We need 1 more point of power. Trigger it, bounce the Familiar, play it. All right, come on, Familiar, hit right now. Meddling Mage, take it. Any order, play the Meddling Mage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 is what this is. 1, 2, 3, 4, Abandon Hope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. No response, it's gone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... No response. Oh man, now they might have Vindicate. That's awful. End step, my turn. All right, put the triggers on the stack. Target anything. No response. I will pay it blue, whatever. Yes. No response. No. Combat. Attack with all creatures. Go. Fuck me. Unbelievable. Unreal. Nice one. Wow. That's a loss. Also remind me to remember Wandering Lotus's name. Oh, that's tough. This would be, we would still be in the running for a trophy if our opponent had any, what's the word for it? Amount of reasonability. All right, let's reset this. But Spitter is damage and Maggot is life loss, decency. If our opponent didn't, any amount of class, yeah, exactly. Like at the end there, they, instead of F6ing so I could smoothly go through my stuff, they like spent all of their time toying with the clock. It was just awful. Also, they should have conceded. They were just dead. For future clock concerns, if you F6 your own turn, it will never skip your attack step. Ooh, good call. I should have done that, huh? Although I still would have had to click through all my triggers, right? I would like to play first. All right, let's do it. This hand has no green sources, so we have to mulligan. This hand has a little bit of everything. We'll keep it. We're probably just going to pitch like Yavimaya Coast, keeping the realist for the survival. Forest, pass. Ancient Tomb, defense grid, F6. Defense grid in the main usually means Tinker Fling, not Tinker Welder Prison. Aluren's a good top deck here, huh? Yavimaya Coast, it's just like a race now. Wall of Roots, I think, goes first. Yeah, Wall of Roots is first. F6. This matchup's kind of tough. I will say that. Tinker, nope, just an impulse in the main phase, because they've got a defense grid, that's why, duh. This is a matchup where I really wish I had the main board Uktabi Orangutan. I do not. All right, they're just passing, great. Untap, take a draw. Treva's Runes is like fine, we won't be doing anything with that quite yet. Do we need white? No, we do need to just get this into play. Survival of the fittest, that is. And then we will, we'll put a counter on this, and we'll just like pitch this Monk Realist to go get Squee, and then we will pass. Let's see if we're just dead here. It's very possible for us to just be dead here. Altar, there's the altar. Tinker, good game opponent. Very clean, very squeaky. All right, game 2. We do have a Gaea's Blessing for this purpose. Same with Naturalize and Uktabi, I think are going to be quite good. Meddling Mage is going to be great. We can actually just hard lock them out with Meddling Mages. Nothing else looks important. We're not interested in walls. We want to go as fast as possible, so Blossom's got to go. Swords has no text, so that's an easy cut as well. And then they almost never have any enchantments, so it's an easy 5 for 5. Submit. With Aluren in play, you play Harpy, make target himself, and repeat. Yes. For which combo are we talking about? There's a lot of ways. You can do the dude that draws you a card every time you play a beast. What's the name of that card? Wirewood Savage, maybe? I'll be on the play. This hand has the Aluren, birds, yada yada. I have the Gaea's Blessing in my main board, in my hand, which is awful. And 2 Allurens. Unfortunately, I have to mulligan this. Green source, birds, survival, Aluren, keep. We already got the Squee, so we can pitch like the Spike Feeder. Yavimaya Coast, birds. We probably need to like A, hope to draw land, and B, get like Meddling Mage. We may have to make a pit stop for second birds first, though. 2 for a Mind Stone. You got it, buddy. Untap, draw land, no luck. Ooh, but we're like so close to just having the combo. All right, we got to take this turn off to just get survival into play and pass. Luckily, we have Naturalize. Our opponent may have lost their altar, or not their altars, their defense grids. There's an Altar of Dementia. All right, we may just need to like, let's see what we draw. That's a little unfortunate. Now we could just die. Wait, no, we've got Gaea's Blessing in our deck. No, we're just gonna go green, whatever, Wall of Roots, and then put a counter on Wall of Roots to pitch, activate survival, pitch Squee. And we'll go grab, I guess we're not even in the, if we draw land, we just win with Aluren. So we're just going to set that up by grabbing Raven Familiar. And then we'll pass. I was looking at a version without black. The game 1 guy that bounces something does the same thing. True. Although Cavern Harpy makes it easy, right? Crystal Vein, please tinker. Or just play Phyrexian Devourer. I'm fine with both. Another altar? Sure. All right. They go for it, but I have the answer. Yep, you got it. I'm going to F6. Well, am I going to F6? No, I like the creatures in my hand. Yeah, I'm an F6. They're going to go infinitely deep on the Devourer. They're going to mill us. I'm going to have a Gaea's Blessing. If they don't have like Stifle, which would be a really weird card to have in that deck, we're like good to go. All right. Now, when this doesn't work, assuming our opponent's last card isn't literally Stifle, which it would just be so weird because most Gaea's Blessings decks don't play 1, they play 2. But they'll probably just concede because they won't have enough cards in their deck to kill me anymore. 52, mill me. Gaea's Blessing triggers, my deck's back, my opponent concedes. Yes. Gaea's Blessing. So good. No changes. We're just going to re-up. Rip Fling, yeah. I wonder if you're supposed to not go for it if opponent doesn't concede to Devour Altar. If I were them, they can always win from any spot. So if they were, if I was playing that matchup from this side in that position, I would have set up the combo, passed, and at the end of my opponent's turn, made my Devourer a big enough attacker and started attacking with it. I think that's probably pretty close to like the right way to play it. This hand can't cast my Meddling Mage. What can we do? We can Orangutan on turn 3 on the draw. Is that even close to good enough? It's harder to set up the Fling combo because it costs more mana. I think I'm going to weirdly, no, right? Because no, I can't keep this. No, this is wrong. I'm going to mulligan this. This hand, almost as bad. If we had one more land, like if we had a Adarkar Wastes in our hands or something, this would be like actually unbelievable. I think we need to get lucky. If we go to 5, no, we're going to keep this. Chat, let me get lands in chat. Spam lands in chat or I'll cry. I'm going to keep this. I'm going to pitch. I think Mana War's the weakest card, or is it just Sylvan Library because I already have everything else I need? Sylvan Library can be used to get us our cards, yeah. Who just typed spells? Fuck off. All right, done. Any land turns on Library. Yep, you got a Mind Stone. We've got the Naturalize. Birds of Paradise counts. Fetch. Go grab a forest. Tap it. Birds. F6. Now I just need a white or a green source and I can start the Mage Train. City of Brass. Tap it for a red. I'm F6ing. Red 1. Pyroclasm. That's a weird Pyroclasm. Unfortunately, it's so good. They like 10 out of 10 probably weren't supposed to do that, but I don't know. Maybe streaming is bad for my win rate. All right, this is good. 1, to Wall of Roots, I think. It's probably just better to get Library and pay a ton of life just to like rip a bunch off the top to try to Meddling Mage. So I think that's what we're doing. I can't hold up Naturalize. If they have Tinker plus Fling, we just kind of get got. It's a bummer, but it is what it is. Its trigger happens before damage can happen. Data Naga. So that's what happens is you put the triggers on the stack, then it grows past 7. But before you can actually go to combat, before you can actually deal damage, the stack has to finish resolving. So that's the problem, Data. All right, opponent could very easily have Tinker Fling here. And if they do, we get got. Blue, 1, 2. Oh, just a Rushing River. Okay, I'll take it. Land off the top. Aluren off the top. They didn't do anything last turn, so I kind of feel like I need to just like re-up on this Sylvan Library and pass. That would be cool if you could like sucker punch your opponent. Something, never punish. True. I should be being punished right now. They're always only one top deck away from it, right? Now, limiting their combo to just Fling does make the deck half as fast. 2, 3, 4. All right, here it is. I think we're dead. F6. Rushing River. Oh, okay. I'm going to naturalize that Devourer, I guess. Ooh, Windswept Heath, I can do both. Fetch for white. Plains. 1, 2. Wall of Roots. Add a counter. Beamp. Naturalize. And then we can just pass. So I guess they just didn't find the Fling, which is really good for us. On tap, draw City of Brass. I mean, what we have to do here is like fairly simple. We just play City of Brass. Tap for 1, 2. I guess we'll leave that open. 3, 4, and play Aluren. Then we can actually put this Raven. Oh, they concede. Okay. What we would have done if they didn't concede there is we would put Raven Familiar in play. And if we saw either a Mana War, a Cavern Harpy, another Raven Familiar, we could have kept going, and there's a potential we could have just killed there. But we didn't need to because they conceded. We're 2-1, should be 3-0. Or we found an opponent. It's Alfie. This hand is mana plus Raven Familiars. It's like fine. I think we'll just like keep it without any clue what our opponent's doing. Like the value hand might be like fine. They mulligan to 5 as well. So card advantage, keep, go. All right, do anything. Good luck, have fun. You too. Woof, these were bad hands. That sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. Ancient Tomb. Okay, so probably some type of combo deck. Tap for green birds. F6. I've been watching your YouTube for a couple months and I'm enjoying the content, so I wanted to show support. I appreciate that. Thanks, buddy. That means a lot. Shivan Reef, this could either be a repeat of last matchup or Tinker Welder Prison. This spell will probably show us which. Tanglewire could actually be either. Tanglewire is always played in Prison. It's not always played in Flinker. So what I'm going to do is put them on Flinker for now, because if it's Prison, I'll have more time than average. Tap 2, draw Aluren, played land, tap it, play Birds of Paradise. Hope they don't have Fire Ice, F6. This will let me like drop Wall of Roots if I happen to draw land. And then I'm wrapped up for Aluren the following turn, which is like fine. Also, they have to tap out here. A Tanglewire, not particularly well positioned for the Tanglewire itself. Another Ancient Tomb. I hope this is Welder. Me too. That's one of my favorite decks in the format, Tinker Welder Prison. No response to the Tanglewire trigger. I'll leave a Birds untapped. 1, 2, 3. Land off the top, please. Thank you. Thank you. You're so nice to me. Green, whatever. Here's a Wall of Roots. All right. Next turn, if they don't play another Tanglewire, I can play this Aluren and maybe even just win. We'll see. If they play another Tanglewire, we're both just sitting here, which is like fine. I love watching you play against it, trying to learn how to play it better by watching you play against it. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I've put a lot of reps into the Tinker deck as well. My opponent from the finals of the challenge was pretty talented. Impulse is good. Main phase Impulse is kind of weird. Maybe just looking for a land drop. All right, Chromatic Sphere. They could really be either deck still. Impulse, no, this is Flinker. I'm going to put them on Flinker for sure now. Impulse you almost never see in Tinker Welder Prison. I only have to tap 2, so it'll be 1, 2. Okay. And then it's really hard to prison when my spells don't cost mana, huh? Let's go colorless, green. I'll leave a land on tap just in case of Winter Orb, in case I need to do stuff. 1, 2, Aluren. And then there's no reason to do anything right now. I'll just pass. First infinite mana, then infinite life, then infinite damage. It's exactly. Data Naga. Do you play this deck at all? Like, do you actually play this deck out in the wild? The Aluren deck's so fun. I think I'm going to bring it to one of the events I've got coming up next year. I'm super pumped to play in paper next year. It's going to be a lot of cool events, a little bit of traveling, a little bit of local play. All right, they just tap their Tanglewire. Let's see if we're dead. See, the trick is if they put a spell on the stack, I'm going to try to find Meddling Mage to name the other spell. All right, there's a Tinker. So now we have to do, yeah, we have to do stuff. Cast this. Familiar, find me Meddling Mage, or a way to re-familiar. Birds of Paradise, Monk Realist, Survival. Weirdly, I think I'm just going to take Survival in case they randomly can't kill me right now. I get a re-up, so we'll take the Survival. Any order for these, then we will get the other Raven Familiar into play. No response to the Familiar. Swords, Aluren, Sylvan Library. This is a bit of a whiff. We will take the Sylvan Library. I guess they're just going to get Devourer here. They can make red, right? Yeah, they can make red with the Chromatic Sphere. We'll take the Library. Any order. And then, yeah, I got nothing. Tinker's good. If we found Meddling Mage there, we just name like Fling and win the game. Now it's not good enough, because they'll just like do the Devourer thing and cast the Fling from their hand. Unless they play unless they go to cast. Oh, wait. Hi, Mush. Oh, LMAO, what up? I think my opponent just realized I'm me. I think we've played before. They're activating the Devourer now, meaning they have the Fling. I'll just let it go. F6. Swords does not save us here. Wait, F5. Just in case they get to exactly 18 and fling it, all swords are Raven Familiar. 14, 15, 16, 22. Why are we still going? Now just fling, red, flingy wingy. Ouch. All right, let's see if we can get the Tinker Fling matchup twice. We have a plan. This opponent had Fling, but we're still going to bring in Gaia's Blessing. We're still going to bring in Meddling Mage. We're still going to bring in Naturalizes and Uktabi Orangutans. We're going to go for the same exact plan. We're going to take out 2 swords. We're going to take out the 1 Monk Realist and the 2 Wall of Blossoms. Boom. Let's go. What are we talking about in chat? You guys are having cool conversations without me. Oh, I've lost the plot. I have no clue what's being talked about. Sorry, guys. But yeah, our plan is going to be to aggressively combo. Our opponent's not really going to have an interaction for us outside of exactly Tinglewire. So we're kind of free to do our thing. So it's really just a race. But we have Meddling Mage, Palancron combo in Rexer and its merits. I think it's close. I think you sometimes get punished in mid-range matchups for drawing parts of that combo where you don't want them. Of course, usually you have a survival resolved and it's not problematic. But when it is, boy, is it an issue. I told you I love the deck from your series. Nice. It's a good deck. Is this LCD? It is. I don't want to listen to this song right now, though. I do want to listen to Atlas Genius. Should I get some way to... No, I can't put that on the re-upload. I'm trying to figure out if there's a way I could like show what song I'm playing, because some people do come in and like ask about the music. But for the purposes of the re-upload, I don't think I can just display it without the fluorescent fungus video looking weird. Unless I crop it differently. I guess I could like crop out the video or something, but that would look weird too. All right, we'll be on the play. This hand contains no way to fight the flinker combo, so we'll mulligan. This hand contains, oh, this is brutal. Birds. Stream music and YouTube music being so different is something to get used to. Yes. Yeah, the YouTube music is music that I pay for. But it's definitely content music, where here I can play whatever I want. Is Vora Shapeshifter still not? No, it is working. We're probably going to play Hermit Feb soon. You can display the song name as long as the audio track isn't included. Yeah, but I just don't want to have the song name displayed when it's not being played in the video, you know? I'm mulligan again. This one has Meddling Mage. I guess we have to do this. We have to pitch Spike Feeder and Gaia's Blessing. Gaia's Blessing is actually a great one to put at the bottom of our deck. Done. Forest, tap it, birds, go. We're going to go Meddling Mage naming Fling. And that's a hard lock if we never draw our Gaia's Blessing. I did learn what bug wasn't fixed today. What bug wasn't fixed? There's a Mind Stone, that's fine. F6. Cataclysm and Sacred Ground. Is there a bug there? Uh-oh, that's good to know for pre-modern purposes. We can just green, Treva's Runes, trigger the runes, bounce the forest, play Meddling Mage for a white and a blue, and name Fling, because it is now the only card that matters. Our hand does Stone Cold nothing, but also if they can't string together a combo, attacking with Meddling Mage, what is this now? 9 times is actually something we can try to do. Also, your deck is so pretty. Oh, thank you. I have all access. Defense grid's fine. Doesn't really do a whole lot to us. Yeah, if anyone's wondering, I did get a comment about where do you get your foils? I just have all access right now. There's an Aluren. We can't cast it now. I guess we'll just play this forest they know about and attack. We can't cast it now, but it means that if we draw parts of the combo / survival, we can get multiple Meddling Mages down and just lock them out of the game. Hesh Seed, yikes. You can't turn off the foil treatment. I like it. I could play non-foils. I picked these foils on purpose. I think they're pretty. 1, 2, oof. Someone with a differing opinion from mine. Oh, ow, I can't take it. What am I going to do? All right, yep, you stacked your triggers the right way, like a Chad. Jokes, yeah, no, fair. I wish all access was all the time. I play a decent amount per month. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you could why don't they just I guess it kills the ecosystem, the financial ecosystem. But yeah, I would pay a large sum of money every month to just play with whatever versions of cards I want to. On tap, draw Survival. Okay, Survival's sweet. We're just going to take a moment to get Aluren into play. And then if we draw a creature, this Survival basically kills our opponent on the spot. Combat, attack for 2. Luckily, we haven't fetched, so we know the very bottom card of our deck is Gaia's Blessing. Now, the second we start survivaling, if we get there, that'll change. But ideally, once we start survivaling, we just put 4 Meddling Mages into play. At some level, owning the cards is cheaper. They'd have to find balance. Yeah, I kind of like that. There's MTGO has its own ecosystem. I actually own cards on MTGO, and I think they're cool. Now, me with my Meddling Mage on Fling might give away to our opponent that we have Blessing. Windswept Heath. So we still don't have a creature, but we will play Reflecting Pool, and we will just jam out this Survival. And the second we draw a creature, we're in good shape. Even the Brazilian pros who play full time and 1 trick rent, though. Yeah, yep. And 1 deck, I assume that's supposed to mean. Yeah, renting is good. I like versions of cards. So I have basically all of Psychotog and Paper are in MTGO. But that's because when I'm playing off camera, I'm always playing the same decks. Yeah, like Only Living End or something. Yeah, exactly. We're just in the draw our third creature waiting room. And we're also in the hope our opponent doesn't pyroclasm us waiting room. Pass to me, F6, take a draw. It's a Wall of Roots. So we're going to go for some stuff here. It's going to involve drawing our deck. Here's how it works. We need to get, let's see here. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, that all works. So we activate Survival, tapping for a green, pitch Wall of Roots. We don't want to do this on our opponent's turn because spells cost so much to play on our opponent's turn. We'll grab a Mana War. We'll tap this for a green, and then we'll play Mana War. We'll use Mana War to bounce Birds of Paradise. No response. Pitch the Birds of Paradise. Now we're going to go get Cavern Harpy. Cavern Harpy. Then we'll play it without paying its mana cost. Trigger the Harpy, return the Mana War. And then we'll activate Survival and pitch Mana War. And now we're going to go get Raven Familiar. Pretty strong line. May have just learned how to do it correctly on this very stream. Cast without paying its mana cost. Trigger the Raven Familiar. We'll take Squee, I guess. Any order. Now we'll play another green. And we will Survival away the Squee. And we're going to go grab... I guess here we do just want to like grab the Meddling Mage. But with the Meddling Mage in our hand, I'm going to comfortably pay a life to return this. And then play it again. Use it to bounce the Raven Familiar. Play the Raven Familiar. And we're going to do this cycle a couple times. No response. What do I see? Uktabi, Birds, Cavern Harpy. I'll just take another Cavern Harpy. Any order. I don't even need to name... No, I do need to name Pyroclasm. There's 2 defense grids. Oh, I should have taken the Uktabi. Pay without paying its mana cost with Aluren. No response. Return Raven Familiar. Play Raven Familiar. Trigger the Raven Familiar. Grab Birds of Paradise. Any order. Pay a life. Return. Put it into play. Trigger it. Buy back Raven Familiar. Hi, Raven Familiar. Trigger the Raven Familiar. Look, we're going to grab... Just grab Mana War. Meddling Mage. Any order. Pay a life. Return. Cast it. Meddling Mage on all relevant cards should be good enough to TK out. Correct. Yeah, we just need to get there. We need to get all the cards. Return Raven Familiar. We've got 1 on Fling. We're going to have 1 on... We can leave altars. So we'll put 1 on Fling, 1 on Devourer, 1 on Tinker, 1 on Pyroclasm. Play without paying its mana cost. I've only played against this once. You can now draw your entire deck, right? Yes. I'm also going to play 4 mages, naming all good cards. LOL. Game 3. All right. GG. Our opponent, thankfully, is not making us go through every single motion, which rules. Thank you, opponent. You're very cool. Rushing River and Hoodwink. Yeah, those could matter. Although we're probably going to double Uktabi here. We'll grab Spike Feeder. Any order on the bottom. They concede. Sweet. So we're going to go into game 3 and try to do the same thing. Well, I got to go wrap gifts. Going to open the stream, the phone, but won't be able to chat any shirt. Enjoy your gift wrapping. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you're able to look over your phone and see stuff, hopefully I'm winning and not losing. I don't want to let you down. Submit my deck. I never let you down. Oh, thank you. Okay. Sorry, reading. I've got some logistical stuff happening this coming week. This hand would be sweet with a single copy of Forest, but also there's a blessing that I don't want, so we have to mulligan this. Mulligan. This hand, 1 land, doesn't really do anything. We got to go to 5. It's a bummer, but we do it. Got my gift from Shirt today. Nice. I got, I should actually pull it out and show it to the stream. I got my gift from Shirt as well. Mulligan. It's a really sweet one. This hand has Windswept Heath. I mean, we just have to keep this. Keep, pitch, Aluren, pitch, Squee. Hope to draw land so we can have Naturalize and Uktabi Orangutan. It's not great, but we're still insulated, right, at least as it stands right now, from the altar kill. Untap draw, not a land. We'll play land and pass. Little City of Traders. Yeah, pass to me. I will not fetch. I want to draw land here. We don't, so we'll pass. Now we're just chilling until we draw land. Now, funnily, if we draw a land, we have the Aluren, we can play Wall of Roots. So if we get mana number 4, we probably just like play land, jam Sylvan Library, try to draw enough critical mass pieces to like go for the sauce. Now, game 2, our opponent didn't see our blessing. Here, I'll break it out so I remember to show it. I don't want to forget to show it on the stream, so I'll put it right in front of me. Here's a preview. It's really fucking sick. I'll also show off some of my other candy I got. I'll do a little show and tell at some point this stream. Opponent's passing, I'm F6ing. Another Wall of Roots, F6. Definitely just in the draw land waiting room right now. Now a land actually does a lot for us. I've got my Survival Opposition paper deck here. Looks like opponent's just passing as well. All right, I draw another non-land. I guess we'll pitch. Ugh, I like all these cards. I guess we're just pitching like Uktabi. That can't be right. Meddling Mage, because we can't cast it currently. That can't be right either. Is it Aluren? God, I hate that it's Aluren. You can't make me pitch Aluren. I won't do it. It'll be... I mean, if you draw land, these 2 Wall of Roots represent enough mana to do everything anyway. So we're going to pitch the Sylvan Library. Yeah, Al showed up to a testing day and dropped all the stuff off. I'm also doing some altars for Al as well. Al's much better at the art part, but I have a affinity for the text. I have a bubble font that I use that I do for a lot of other events as well. All right, neither me or my opponent can draw lands, so we're really just kind of both doing nothing, huh? Watch me draw my Gaia's Blessing before I draw land number 2. Cool. Meddling Mage, nice. I'm gonna fucking pitch Raven Familiar, I guess. Riveting game. I think my upstairs neighbors are fucking real hard right now. Yeah, Alfie says this shuffler. We're both just like not drawing lands. Pitch Raven Familiar. I love Magic the Gathering sometimes. Isn't it great? Opponent, you just have to draw yours before I draw mine. You're gonna be fine. Altar, okay, love to see that. That's the piece I want you to have, opponent. Reflecting Pool. Okay, Reflecting Pool. Fetch for a green. Forest. Tap 1, tap 2. Here's my Wall of Roost. Opponent, I found a land. Go. The game continues. Well, next turn, if I draw a land, I'm just going to jam Aluren. But I'll play Wall of Roots holding up Naturalize, and then if I can get this Aluren down, I'm going to go Meddling Mage on Tinker, Meddling Mage on Pyroclasm. And I think that'll actually hard lock our opponent out unless they have Red Blasts. For those interested, Full Grip Games in Akron, Ohio is running a Premodern tournament on 2/7. I will be plugging this in a video, by the way. I did get the DM. They ran one back October, a week before Eternal Weekend, and had a turnout of mid-20s. I have no affiliation to the place, just want to, yeah. I'm probably going to that. And if I'm not, I'm sending a car full of people if I'm for some reason unable to make it. My schedule's kind of weird, and I've already got a calendar full of events at the moment. Opponent pitches Pyroclasm. So what are the chances they have another one in hand? But yes, go to that event. But yeah, this Pyroclasm makes me sus they have another one. Ooh, let me go see how far that is from here. Yeah, Akron's actually closer to me than Columbus. It's the date that might be a hang up for me. The Columbus date's good to go. We're going. So, by the way, Columbus folks, are Akron folks, if you want to hang out, come to the Retromancer's Buckeye Brawl. Okay, I got the land. We'll play it. Hopefully they don't have like a null because we're going for this. All right, they don't have it. I don't actually need to do anything, so I won't. I'm just going to pass. Wait, no. Yeah, I don't need to do anything. Everything's instant speed. 8.5 hour drive is a little rough. Yeah, for me, it's only like 2 hours, 30 minutes. Rushing River, Hoodwink. We respond. We're going to go cast Wall of Roots without paying its mana cost with Aluren. Cast Meddling Mage without paying its mana cost, naming Pyroclasm. And then cast this Meddling Mage without paying its mana cost, naming, there's no chance they can fling us here, right? Did we just name Pyroclasm twice? No, we named Fling. I'm going to be responsible. And then I guess we'll also just get the Uktabi out of our hand. Blow up that altar just so they can't like tinker it away for something. Alfie says, oh no. Yeah, my hand was good. Says, hey, good games. Is it game already? I guess if they don't have Red Blast, it might be. But they could like Rushing River into Pyroclasm, no? I'm gonna say GG's back, just because like excited I was able to play. I hope you do well. Have a good one. You too, buddy. Sorry, I'm not showing the chat anymore. I just want to have this situation on this side of the screen. Return to details. Well, we're 3-1. Should fucking be 4-0. Mark my words. This hand has a lot. If it weren't for this library, it would actually look kind of soft. But I think I'm keeping it. My opponent says good luck, have fun. So I say good luck, have fun. Is it all ogre now? Opponent plays Forest and Stone Cold Nothing. I don't hate that. My turn, I untap and draw. It's a swords that could come up later. But for now, it's just a birds. Go. The pricing is weird compared to paper. Wasteland? Yeah, that's fine. That just happens. We've got another birds. I'm running a Wall of Roots into birds here, so hopefully they like don't cataclysm us, I guess. Ooh, Forest is phenomenal here. Now we'll go Wall of Roots into Birds of Paradise and F6. Mox Diamond is fine. I would love to get Library into play because it like kind of insulates us against Cataclysm being too good. Port's fine. Vor, we got a Vor. It's a Winter's Grasp. This is like fine, actually. We've got enough mana to cast everything now. On tap, draw. It's Aluren. Do we just cast that? Nah, we can't really set it up. We'll play the library. I guess I'll let my opponent have this if they want it. No, I'll tap this for a green. I lied. 1, 2, library. Go ahead. Ooh, sorry. I need to do this. There we go. Now you can kind of see what card I'm hovering over. I think that's important. Another diamond going down to 2 in hand. Cataclysm. I keep like birds, Undiscovered Paradise, Sylvan Library. Try to draw 3 immediately. Thermokarst. Okay, this doesn't matter. Our opponent's like taking the only line they have right now, but it kind of doesn't matter right now. Raven Familiar plus this Aluren could be huge. Draw 2 lands, pay 4, pay 4. All right, we're gonna go Windswept Heath and just drop the alert. Yeah, we've got the combo. Windswept Heath, fetch, grab basic forest, green, whatever, Aluren, and then we will start by putting the Cavern Harpy into play and getting its trigger on the stack. Now that its trigger's on the stack, we'll return it to hand. Cavern Harpy, mind you, does not actually target. So its trigger is floating on the stack right now, making this cast of the Raven Familiar just so safe. I'll be able to have multiple targets for the Cavern Harpy trigger. No response to the Raven Familiar. They concede, they see the win. We're just going to draw our whole deck here. Let me see, we got 10 life, so we're going to be able to go 9 by 3, 18 deep. And the chance that we don't find either, no, it's like deterministically impossible to fail, almost. Because we've got Mana Wars, Spike Feeders, so we don't even need the true combo. We just need to get enough pieces to build the true combo. So that was actually a good concession there from opponent. I did win my first 9 games in a row with 6 tickets counterburn, even if it was the casual room. That's still pretty good. Good for you. That's awesome. All right, this is Teged. Swords good in Teged against Teged. Ray good against Teged. Gilded Drake good against Teged. Man of War, so-so. Xantid Swarm, Gaia's Blessing, also so. Meddling Mage, so-so. Genesis, not bad. Orangutan, maybe. I think Naturalize might be a bit ambitious. I'm not going to like Naturalize diamonds. So this 7, I don't think I'm going to have 7 to cut. So right away, I think I'm going to lose the swords. Maybe we can try to get 6. I can't lose Mana Dorks, but I can lose Wall of Blossoms. I can afford to lose probably the first Man of War and the first Spike Feeder. The first Aluren. Then this last card always kills me when I'm supposed to take out. Probably it's simply don't bring in the swords, but that's dangerous too. I think chat, don't tell anyone I did this. I'm going up to 61 because I can't pick my favorite child right now. You're a Detroit resident, small world. Have you ever ventured westward to the Ypsilanti Ann Arbor area? Yeah, there's actually right next to you, my buddy Mike Atkinson's shop, Stadium Games in Ypsilanti, is running a Win a Dreadnought in February. I think it's the 18th. Let's check that. I always forget the actual date, but I'll be there. Playing some sweet shit. I've got a bunch of different decks I want to play. We'll see what I actually end up playing because I always switch decks like at the last possible moment. But it's going to be yes, it's not February, January 18th, next month. So actually in just under a month. Oh my God, sub, thank you for the Prime sub. You've been subbed 8 months. That's so long. But yeah, oh yes, you know that shop. Yeah, the 18th of January, there's going to be a Win a Dreadnought. You should come play. This hand has survival. Like this hand doesn't have Mana Dorks, but we're going to keep it on just like reasonable mana into survival. We might be able to string something together if our opponent can't tear our mana base apart fast enough. This survival is very enticing. Also, my opponent just mulliganed to 5, so that's not nothing. Forest Diamond? No, just Forest, F6. Draw birds. Wall of Roots is close to birds. We'll play out the forest so we don't get wastelanded. Pass. If our opponent doesn't like land, diamond, thermokarst us, we'll get this Wall of Roots into play. Just a treetop. That's not very good for our opponent, huh? Untap, draw land, please. Very lucky. Play a forest, tap for 1-2. Here's a Wall of Roots. F6. 1-2. Oath of Druids? Yeah. Oath of Druids is like fine. Pass to me. I'm not sweating this Oath unless the first Terravore is like a 20/20 or something. We're going to go. Unfortunately, we can't do everything. We'll play Adarkar Wastes. Like we can't pitch for Monk Realist and get Monk Realist in the same breath. So we're going to have to use swords to deal with the first Terravore. But here is Survival of the Fittest. Why did I tap for it like that? That was so silly. All right, well, I guess we're going to do this now. Activate, pitch, Meddling Mage. I'm going to get the Squee now because that was a punt. I guess leaving white up's not all bad. Squeeby, go ahead, opponent. Go get you a Terravore. You deserve it, boo-boo. You should wasteland my Adarkar Waste first, huh? That'd be pretty good. No? Okay, resolves. How big's Terry? Terry's a 4/4. I'm going to swords him still. All right, tap for white. Swords, Terravore. By the way, are you looking for anything in paper at the moment? At the moment, I'm looking for 3 more black border Sphere of Resistances. I'm also looking for a single Brainstorm. I'm eventually looking at completing my black border playset of Parallax Tides because I got 1 black border and 3 gold borders. So a few things. I'm always on the lookout for good deals. I'm willing to pay a slight premium for signed, altered, any type of coolification of the card. We'll grab the Monk Realist here. Naturalize Survival. Good thing I already got the Monk Realist, huh? Untap. Squee comes back to my hand. Yes, please. Reflecting Pool's cool here. Undiscovered Paradise. Tap for a white. Tap for a green. Monk Realist. Hit that Survival. And let's just sit here and stare at each other for a little while, huh? Please don't wasteland this Undiscovered Paradise. That'd be really lame. Terravore. Not great. We've got like outs to it, but it's scary. As Terry usually is. Windswept Heath is actually a fine draw here. We do need to just shrink this. I don't want to fetch for my planes just yet. I just want to get Spike Feeder into play. That way I can like poke back, protect myself from factories while I try to find another answer for the second Terravore. Sorry, Brain Freeze, not Storm. Brain Freeze. But that's a big scale-y tail-y. Ouch. My face. All right, untap. Draw. Aluren. I like Aluren. I can't really develop it yet though. We're going to go Undiscovered Paradise. Combat, not attack in a factory. Or would I like to Uktabi Orangutan a factory for fun? Nah, we just pass through. And then I guess we're just like hanging out, right? Yeah, we're just like big chilling in the draw good card waiting room, in the don't cataclysm me waiting room, in the take another big chunk of life off of this Terravore waiting room. Ouch. All right, top of my deck, be so nice to me. Don't play up. Oh, Winter's Grasp. Sure. Yeah, I mean, I can't stop you. It's gone. End step. My turn. Off the top, a good one? That's a good one. That's a good one. All right, Reflecting Pool. 1, 2, 3. You know what? Let's leave this uncracked. No, if we need white, we can just go fetch for it. Yeah, this plus a counter here. This Aluren's spooky because our opponent can just slam another Terravore into play. But We're not doing anything else right now. Okay, cast without paying his mana cost with Aluren. Find me goodies. Literally none of these are goody. This is tough. I guess we take like Ray of Revelation, any order on the bottom. And now that we have Aluren, if they don't have a third Scary Terry, they probably would have played it if they had it, right? And also we like can't pay for the echo cost on this Raven Familiar, which blows. But if they like try to get busy with Factory, we can Uktabi it. And that's got to be like not nothing. Combat. Well, we will soak up 2 of the damage with my Raven Familiar. And I will take 5. Ouch. Sylvan Library, yes. Naturalize, sad. I think I need to get my bodies in play so I can like live. Yeah, Uktabi, Squee, that resolves. And then I guess I kind of don't want to draw my planes, so I'll fetch for it now. Planes. And then my turn. Forest does not do it here. Scary Terry is an 8/8. I'm effectively at 5 and I can block for enough. Yeah, this is a concession. We go to game 3. Do I want to change anything about how I boarded? Not really. I guess on the play, I want this Aluren back. Genesis might be ambitious for the matchup. Call it maybe like 1 Naturalize. Nah, this will be fine. Ray's so much better than Naturalize. Oh no, there's actual paper herds next to me. I'm going to autistically shuffle my deck while I'm waiting for my opponent to finish sideboarding, just like I do in Paper Magic. Come now, opponent. We must do battle. Love this Gilded Drake. I wonder what the over-under is. No, I needed a Monk Realist, right? Like I needed a Monk Realist that Oath of Druids. Y'all got snow out there? Not right now, but we just had a bunch. We might have an old sign on a replenish, but I can check for stuff when I'm back at work at the 12th. Yeah, let me know. Wait, shuffling paper deck while doing something else on my PC isn't normal? No, buddy, I hate to say it. We are autistic. That's what that is. Which Terra Oath deck do you think is the best right now? Red, green, green, white, or Spec Oath? Well, red, green is Oath Ponza, right? That's actually not, I guess they're both Terra Oath decks. Yeah. Terra-Geddon's so much different from Oath Ponza. They're like totally different decks, but they do both play Oath and Terravor. If I had to sleeve up an Oath Terravor deck and the Oaths had to be in the main, I'm on red, green, Oath Ponza. If the Oaths can be in the sideboard, I'm on Oath Spec. Or not Oath Spec, I'm on 4-color Treva splash red Terravor with Meddling Mages and Wayfarers in the main that sides into an Oath deck in certain matchups. I'll be on the play. Hand's like not good, so I'll put it back. This hand is fine, so I'll keep it. Aluren plus Cavern Harpy makes me kind of happy. This Uktabi Orangutan could also be important. Ultimately, I think it's the weakest card in my hand, though we got to put it back. Cavern Harpy is the actual weakest card in our hand, but I want the ability to draw Raven Familiar and win on turn 4. I think the 5/0 numbers Oath Spec is putting up is the best result so far. I think Oath Spec is the most fun version. Also, I think the deck is just very good. But we're talking about 4 different tier 1 decks right now. Like, what's the difference? You've got a Mox Diamond. I think they're all good, to be clear. Rishi Port, F6, untap and draw. Basic would be ideal. We get a little port action, that no response to that. Sylvan Library, we'll just play this Reflecting Pool, because that's what I want them to Wasteland if they're going to Wasteland. Or hit with a Thermal Karst. Here's Wasteland, F6. Opponent's doing the Ponza thing. Basic is still king here. Take it, pass. Black White Control tier 0? No, Black White Control is very much a tier 2 deck. Stone Rain, yeah, that happens. So now they've Stone Rain, so I can like actually get something into play, which is huge. Draw. Squee, that could be cool if we find a survival. Green, Sylvan Library. We are slotted to pay 8 unless they go like Wasteland plus Naturalize. If they have that, that sucks for me. That's just the way it is. Woody Footy, MF6ing. I've literally got no actions to take. Naturalize, sure. Naturalize plus port seems strong. Draw, fetch land. No way Black White is too cold to tide. Yeah, Black White is a tier 2 deck. It's good. It is distant from tier 1. All right. Wall of Root's not the worst. We need to draw another land. Our opponent's just kind of doing the Ponza thing. This is Oath Ponza, it looks like. Woody Footy, Sphere, sure. If they're not pressuring us, we just have so much time is the thing. Yep, that's no problem. City of Brass. It's going to hurt, but we're putting it in play. F6. Please don't Wasteland me. That'd be like super cool if you didn't Wasteland me. And I drew a land and Windmill slammed a body into play. Winter's Grasp. I'm glad they Winter's Grasp instead of porting it every turn. Land off the top. Fuck. All right, pass the turn. That Sphere is fucking me up now. F6. They're going to port me. No, my land. Land? I love it here. Land go. We need one more still, and that's barring them having like a Ponza piece. Passing to me. All right, tap down my Yavimaya Coast because it's my best land. Yep, land off the top. I hate it. Oh, well, I've seen worse things. Birds of Paradise. Go ahead. Tap for 2. Lightning Bolt. Lightning Bolt in Oath Ponza is very weird. I disagree, but they got our bird, so can't argue with the results. Another Wasteland? God. Opponent's not even getting lucky. This is just kind of like the spot they put us in. This is just the world we exist in. Draw land? Damn, F6. Windswept, sure. Fetch, no response. Little forest action, tap for 1, 2, 3, 4. Terravor is a 9/9. Big boy. Binkus Bunkus, 10/10, 2-turn clock. We need like swords off the top ASAP. Yep, it's tapped. Okay, this is deterministic death. We're gonna concede 3-2. Not a bad first league for the night. Should have been 4-1, but I've cried about that enough. And these are real leagues, so 3-2s are raw profit. You can 3-2 all day and get your profit from MTGO. So if you're watching this in Fluorescent Fungus, thanks so much for watching. As always, I'll see you next time. Bye.